Bruh.
Okay, we're back up. I think we lost the show, but then we came back up.
I hope that
That's
it
weird.
archived because that was a good
It's going to be like 2
conversation.
separate shows now, I think.
Great.
That's okay. It's no big deal. But anyway, I hope this makes sense. I hope the other show published. I do. But anyway, we've got Ayla Brown coming up next on the Chris Top program.
The Top, broadcasting live to at least 3 people on Spreaker.com.
Did you ever think you could afford an interior designer?
No, way too expensive. Besides, I've got style.
If you had style, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Ouch. Interior designers are for rich people.
Magnolia Emporium.
Magnolia Aquarium? Is that like for some crazy flower fish?
No, Magnolia Emporium. Randy's clients range from nurses and teachers to musicians, actors, and even some royalty thrown in there.
Oh, I'd be on the royalty side.
You really don't have any swag, do you?
No, I don't.
That's where Randy comes in. He listens to exactly what you want, whether it's spoken or unspoken.
Okay, if you mean he can read my mind, there's lots of things I don't want Randy to know.
No, he has a great feel for what he does.
Okay, where can I find Magnolia Emporium?
Just go to magnoliaemporium.com.
We want your space to reflect your success.
The Chris Top program.
We know the website is really shitty, but the show is not quite as shitty.
Listen live on the ChrisTopProgram.com. Archived shows on Spreaker, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio.
Broadcasting worldwide to at least 3 people.
This has been a Chris Top production.
You can either talk in the Chris Top program.
Mr. Pop.
Take it from the top.
You are absolutely, positively, 100% for sure in the right place. This is the Chris Top program.
It sure is.
Are you happy to be here today?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, we did a lot of upgrading, didn't we?
Yeah, I'm very happy about the new phone. I'm very happy about the Wi-Fi. I'm just very happy.
Yeah, I'm just, because our Wi-Fi before, we actually had like a little mouse in a cage, and he was running on a wheel as fast as he could to run the Wi-Fi.
That's pretty much what our Wi-Fi is.
Yeah, and it just wasn't working out too good. But
we got a new iPad.
Yeah, so we're like, I feel like we're
pimping.
Yeah, in the right century now.
We're pimping in the right century.
I can't wait to play with it, though.
Yes.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. But anyway, enough of that, because this isn't a tech show. That's about the extent of what I know.
Tech show. Anybody that would call this a tech show would be like...
Would be sadly...
Tripping.
misled.
You must be tripping if you think the Chris Top program is a tech show.
It's not. But anyway, I'm excited because I've got to admit, I've been stalking Ayla just a little bit. And
You're a stalker.
I know I am. I know. But I'm absolutely a fanboy. I'm not even sure I can get through this interview.
Fanboy.
So if I just get real quiet, just take over.
Then we're
for
in
me.
trouble because I'm a co-host.
Yeah,
not a show host.
Yeah, but I mean, I think you and Ayla can probably swing it.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. So Ayla, how are you today?
I'm good. Your introduction is so funny.
But it's true though. It's true.
Thank you. I need a couple true fans out there in the world, so I'm glad that you are one of them. Makes my heart really happy.
I absolutely freaking love you because I love this is not a political show or anything by any means, and we won't talk political, but
I'll talk political.
I
with
love.
you all day long.
Would you stop? I love your stances and just how you are in that realm, on top of like just all the stuff that you do, like your music and then now I noticed that you've been on some you've done some like is it like anchor jobs or co-hosting or what is that?
A little bit of both. So
okay.
My story goes basically, if you have like 30 seconds.
Hey, we've got 45 freaking minutes, and it's all you.
Oh, good. All right. Well, then I'll give you the minute and a half version.
Okay, let's do
this.
Yes.
When I was 15 years old, I had a basketball scholarship offered to me by my dream school of Boston College. And so for 2 years, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in high school. I know where I'm going to go to college. This is going to be a breeze. Just pretty much get me through senior year. And then I'm off to school to play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And while I was a senior in high school, my mom knew that I loved to sing, and she encouraged me to try out for American Idol. And this was back in season 5 where Taylor Hicks won. And we had Chris Daughtry, Catherine McPhee, Mandisa, the whole 9 yards. And I tried out for the show that year, and I placed 13th overall, which was a huge surprise to me because I had never really performed in front of anybody before. But
you're just a badass.
You are.
No, I'm not. I'm just telling you this because it all makes sense, right? So after I was done on that show, I went and played 4 years of basketball, which was so much fun. We were in the ACC, so we played Duke and North Carolina and all these awesome, amazing players throughout the country. And when I was a senior in college, my dad ran for the United States Senate seat in Massachusetts, and he ended up winning, which was a huge accomplishment for a Republican in such a blue state.
Sure.
And his name is Scott Brown. So that's the politics side.
Yay,
but
politics!
When he was giving his acceptance speech back in the day, like he said that both my sister and I were single and available. And it was insanely embarrassing for me and my sister. And all the news stations afterwards wanted me to come in and talk about it on TV or on the radio. They're just like, what was your dad thinking? Tell us about it, And so one of those opportunities was on CBS, which was then called The Early Show. Now it's called CBS This Morning. They had me perform a song and then get interviewed on the couch after with the 2 anchors. And the executive producer afterwards called me in the office and he said, I loved your song. You were great, but I loved you on the couch with our co-hosts even more. And I want to offer you a job.
Oh, no way.
Wow.
And I was like, what? That just doesn't happen. Like, it was the right time, the right place. We must have had the right conversation where I was totally myself. And he saw something in me, and I was majoring in communications. And my mom has been a news reporter for a whole number of years. And so it was kind of what I wanted to do anyway. So when he offered me the job, here I am, a senior in high school, doing interviews at the White House and with incredible musicians and children. And so I got to do package stories for CBS News for 2 years, and I loved it. So that answers your question on yes, I did do that. But
that is so cool.
That is
you
so
have had,
cool.
and you are still so young, and you've already accomplished so much and pursued so many of your dreams: basketball, the reporting, and the singing. I mean, I'm just really impressed with you.
I think I'm a fangirl now because all this stuff is
yay!
yes.
I want that. That's awesome. But I always tell people I remember a time when I was on American Idol, and it was Paula Abdul, I think. She asked me, if you make it, if we give you a golden ticket, we know you play basketball, but obviously you're on this show and you want to sing. What would you do if you had to choose between the two? And my response was so genuine and honest. I was just like, I don't think I have to choose. Why can't I do both? And that's kind of how I feel about everything in my life. Like, I think there are moments and opportunities to try new things all of the time. And if you don't take them, then I just feel like it would be a disservice to what you're trying to do in life, which is to explore and find out more about yourself. So, yeah, I've gotten to do some really fun things over my lifetime, which I'll never forget.
Well, let me kind of ask the same question in a different way then. What's your first love? Is it going to be basketball or singing or the whole news thing?
No, I think singing has always been my first love because my mom told me that I kind of was in my crib singing. I didn't even know what I was talking about. There were no words, but there was music and there was melody.
That sounds like me now.
There was a joy to it.
Uh-huh.
But my dad played basketball at Tufts in college, and he was always the one that saw the athletic side in me, and he saw the competitive nature in my personality, and he really kind of took a young kid, a young girl, and he put me in front of all different types of sports, and what I ended up loving the most was basketball. And I worked really, really hard, but at my age right now, I play once a week. I actually have my championship basketball game tonight for the co-ed league.
Oh, how cool is that?
Oh my God. It's so funny when I think about it. But music is really where my heart is, and it's what makes me happiest.
And don't take this the wrong way. Let me finish before you react to it. But I don't even know how you have friends, because I'm sitting here thinking, you show up at the basketball court, everybody's got to hate you. And then you show up at karaoke night somewhere, everybody's got to hate you.
You.
And then, like, you know, it's like if you were on the debate team, I'm sure you didn't have very many friends there either.
Right.
You're funny. You know.
So who's left?
I like to think that I have friends, but, you know, you're really making me question it now.
Right.
You just hang out with the right friends that like the same stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say you really only need a few solid friends in your life.
A couple of good
anyway,
solids, you're good to
they're
go.
Be the ones that get you through all the ups and downs. And I have a lot of acquaintances, but the people that I really let in my life, it's a very select number of people.
Okay, so I've got a couple of really important questions to ask you before we play any of your music.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so on top of all these things you're super talented at do you cook as well?
I've been trying lately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, is it a disaster, or are you a work in progress?
No, I'm definitely a work in progress, which, you know, if my parents heard this interview, they wouldn't believe it. But, you know, I haven't been living with my parents where I've cooked for them. So I'm looking forward to doing that when they visit me.
Yeah, well, so
January.
you're still surviving, so you must be
them
doing
with a whole
something
bunch of
right.
stuff.
Yeah, okay. So what's your specialty?
So yesterday, I know you guys won't believe it, but I did it. I made a homemade butternut squash soup.
Oh,
and I think
wow.
It's pretty to die for. Like, I'm literally peeling the butternut squash. I'm cutting it. I'm putting it in a, you know, like the whole thing from start to finish. So I think that's pretty impressive.
That is impressive.
But
anytime you need anybody to come over and sample it, you just let us know.
Oh, good. Anytime, you guys. Come on in Nashville.
Okay, see,
More
I
than
got
welcome.
another dinner
You
invite.
did. You did.
I really
He does
did.
this every time.
I just
He
worked
tries
that in
to-
there.
You work
There
that
you
in
go.
there.
Hey, you're a smart man.
I know. I do what I can. Okay, now my other question for you. Now, you can tell me to shut up if you want, because I feel like we're tight enough now.
Oh, no. I know exactly what he's going to ask.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Now, so how's the love life going?
Next
so funny.
question.
What is that? What the question is that you thought it was going to be?
Yes, I knew it was going to be this question because
my
he.
God.
Well, I like to know these things.
Because you're a
All right,
stalker.
look. No.
Well, if you've been stalking me properly, you should know.
I know,
that
I
have
know.
A boyfriend. His name is Rob, and he's super nice, and he's in the other room, so I'm not going to say anything bad about him.
Oh, okay. Well, how long have you guys been dating? How long have you been dating each other?
Since March, so it's been about 9 months, but we've been friends since January. So
Okay.
we met down in Nashville writing songs together, and we were just friends, and then we became more than friends, and he is my best friend. I mean, really, like we
Well,
spend
that's
every
good. So
second
he
together,
knew what he was getting into with you then.
I hope so. If not, he should probably run away very quickly if he doesn't know by now.
That's good. That's good that he's a songwriter, because he understands that, you know, some nights you're not going to be able to hang out. You're going to have to go like do a show or, you know, whatever
Well,
you do.
the best thing about this relationship is like we include each other on all of the shows. So when we go to a show, I'm always there as his fangirl and vice versa. And we always try and include each other and bring the other one up on stage to sing to a new audience. So, you know, everywhere we go, it's a great opportunity musically to introduce people to each other's music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what kind of advice would you give somebody that's maybe in the industry and they're trying to balance their lives, their friends, their family with the music and all that stuff? Would you encourage them to always make music their first love, or if they find that right person, would it be better to put music in the back seat, or that person needs to understand that they're going to be in the back seat?
That's such an honest discussion that we're about to have. I can't believe you even asked me that. So I've been definitely in relationships, and you know, my last one unfortunately started off really, really great, where I felt that there was a lot of support, and then you know, down the line as things get more serious, the support really wasn't there, and it was a lot of resentment on why are you never home, and why don't you do this, and why don't you do that. And so yeah, and it is sad, and I ultimately, you know, chose personal happiness over the happiness of that other person, and call me selfish, but and I'm not saying I chose the dream. I just chose what made me personally happy. And so that was being without that person. And that was a really, really hard decision. But in my relationship now, and of course I have the highest of hopes for it, that it will last forever and ever and all that. But I think it is good that both he and I do the same thing, because I hope that there's not that sort of resentment where you have to choose music or the other person, or in this case, we can do it together. So in terms of advice, I don't know if I'm like the best person to give it, but I do know that sometimes making the hardest decisions is the right one.
Absolutely. I freaking love you to death. I really, really do.
You guys are funny. Thank you.
No, that's important.
I'm really liking this interview too, because sometimes, first of all, like when you do interviews, you only get a few minutes and you have to like give all of it at once, like this is who I am, this is what I'm promoting, and I hope you like me in these 3 minutes that I'm on air.
Sure.
Whereas like with these types of things, I really get to open up and kind of talk about music and life and all that.
Well, people can stalk you and go to your page and find out all that stuff. So what's the use of even listening to the interview?
Right.
Yeah, I'm here to find out stuff about you that you're not going to post on your website.
Well, thanks. You're asking some good questions.
Well, yeah, we want to know
We
who
got to
you
get
are,
on the
what
next
you're about.
level.
Yeah. Okay. Now, but we are going to talk about the music too, because now, do you write most of your stuff? Do you collaborate? How does that work?
So it works kind of in both ways. So there's times that I write by myself. There's times where I book a professional writing room, and we meet at 10 or 11 a.m. and 3 or 4 hours later we have a song. And there are other times where I just invite friends over to my house and we write in the house. So yeah, I think Nashville is such a collaborative city in a whole, you know what I mean? Like there are people that want to work together all of the time, and that's part of the networking and the growing as artists and trying to get noticed and all that stuff. But there's songs on my records that I've just written by myself, but most of them I've co-written with other people.
Yeah. Okay. So now, when you first, how long have you been in Nashville now?
Almost 7 years. February will be my 7th year anniversary.
Oh, well, happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Yeah. So looking back, when you first arrived in Nashville, I mean, you come to Nashville, you're ready to pursue your dream. You're motivated. When you get here, is it super scary, or were you? I don't picture you as being like a not confident person.
Oh, thank you. Well, sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. I'm not confident all the time. You know what I mean? I mean, and that's the honest truth. But I will say my first ever performing opportunity in Nashville was so unlike many people's opportunities. Before I had even moved here, someone told me I should visit and check out the city, and which I did. And he walked me around and introduced me to some really incredible people, some of them at GAC, and one of them was the City of Nashville folks who book the talent for all of the 4th of July ceremonies. And for whatever reason, the guy named John Alexander walked me in there and was like, hey, I don't know if you guys have anything booked for 4th of July, but Ayla Brown has performed with the Boston Pops Orchestra and was just on American Idol, and if you don't have anyone, I think she'd be a great fit. And literally we leave this meeting and we're down at the bottom of the elevator, and John got a phone call back from the Visit Music City folks, and they're like, wow, we just checked out the video. We want to book her for 4th of July.
Oh, how good did that make you feel?
The anthem with the Nashville Orchestra. And I was like, no freaking way. I mean, like, for that to be someone's first performance opportunity in Nashville, it doesn't get any more prestigious and better than that. And so I came into Nashville with these really high hopes of like, oh man, if this is how silly of me, if this is how it's going to be all the time, I might as well just pick up and move here. And which I did. I moved here. I don't regret a single second of it, but it hasn't been glamorous. It hasn't been as prestigious as that opportunity. And I think that's what makes me so hungry to like make this my living, is because oh my gosh, not every day is glamorous. Like, it's really difficult. And, we went to a writer's round the other day here in Nashville, and my boyfriend was singing a song, and I was sitting in the audience, and I looked around me, and there was no one else there except me at that time, and then he called me up to sing. So we were singing to the bartender and the sound guy. And I'm like, you know what, though? Like, that's Nashville. You have to have these types of moments to know when you've made it. And so like I've had my Grand Ole Opry debut. I've gotten to do the Opry twice.
I didn't even know that.
That is so
Yeah.
great.
Are there videos?
There was, and then the Opry did like a very big, extensive YouTube just clean out. And a lot of my friends who have had their Opry performances noticed that theirs was taken down. And I'm super bummed out because that was like one of the things I would tell people, like, hey, go to my, the YouTube page and search Ayla Brown, Hero in Her Hometown, and it'll come up on the Opry. And now it's not there. So I'm really sad about that.
I'm sad too. I wanted to see that.
Yeah, I got to find a video.
I'm sure there will be other opportunities, though.
I hope so. I mean, like, it's one of those things where you just never know. So you take every opportunity that comes and you cherish it and you think, okay, maybe this is going to be the one to break me. But, I look back on all of the opportunities I've had over the past 10 or so years, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. Even if, like, my voice left me tomorrow, I got injured or something, like, I can look back on all these memories and be like, wow, no, I did make it. I got to do that, and I got to meet her or him and do this. And, so it's all in perspective. Like, no, I'm not signed to a big time record deal, but like, I'm paying my bills. I'm really happy. I get to travel the country and the world and share my story and my music, and that makes me really happy. So,
that's the thing. I mean, you come to Nashville, and Nashville, it's so competitive. I mean, you're beautiful, but I mean, you come to Nashville and there's other beautiful women that can sing too.
No, there's not. There's only me. No, I'm kidding.
You're the only one.
Only one.
But I mean, and everybody can sing. Everybody's talented. I mean, you get your hair cut. The guy making your burger, the guy, the guy that's giving you legal advice. More than likely, they can play the guitar or they can sing.
I know, it's unbelievable. It really is. Like, I've never been in a place in my whole life where everyone is talented at something.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane.
It's almost an overload.
I would just for me. I can't sing, but I mean, I just picture me.
Can't.
It's like I would just be intimidated. But I mean, I think it's probably for someone like you, it's probably fuel and motivation. I think
it always has been, like, in my whole life. Whether it be on the basketball court or, the music industry. I feel like my basketball led me to my music tenacity, and my music tenacity led me to the business side of everything I've learned, and the business side has kind of set me up for my life right now. And so it all, is full circle. That's what I think.
You wear the pants in the relationship, don't you?
Oh gosh, no.
Another question.
It depends on the situation. If I know I'm right, then I'm like 100% like, no, I'm the right one here. But if I'm wrong, I'm like, damn it.
Okay, so I've got a couple of songs that we're going to play. We might have time for 3. We might try to squeeze 3 in, but
okay.
I definitely want to play a Christmas song.
Yay, Christmas!
Yay!
Well, it's that time of the year, and you seem like you love Christmas because you've got all kinds of Christmas music out there.
I do, yeah. I have an EP that has like 4 songs on it, and then I have a Christmas single which I released about a year later. So I don't know which one you're going to play. But
your Christmas music, all of it's going to be on our rotation here at home.
Yes, because I'm like we're both like Christmas.
Yeah, we're Christmas fanatics. We love Christmas.
Very good.
And you're going to spend Christmas with us this year.
Yes.
You don't even know it.
Yes.
You didn't even know
it.
See?
With the song "Spend Christmas with You"?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I didn't even mean that, but I guess it makes sense. Yeah.
I was gonna say it was a nice softball pitch down the middle.
I didn't even mean to do it. I should have just let it go. And we have Label. I think we're going to go with Label first.
Okay, cool.
So tell me about this song. Where did it come from?
So I wrote this song. Oh my goodness, I think a year ago in January. But I wrote it with a guy named Erik Halbig. And we actually share the same birthday, which is really ironic. And he and we went into this writing appointment, and I kind of wanted to write a song about a label of some sort. And I didn't realize that it would end up being a song about putting a label on a relationship, but that's what the song ended up being, which is really cool. I'm so glad that it ended up taking that winding turn down that sort of road. But it's been one of my favorite songs I've ever released or recorded, and I hope people enjoy it. So you can get it on Spotify or iTunes and anything like that.
Okay, so before I play it, so if they go to your website, it's going to be aylabrown.com, right?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay, and it's Ayla and then Brown. And you've got links to your to all your social networks, to all your songs for sale and everything, right?
I hope so. If I don't, then, someone's got to hit my hand with a ruler or something. But yes, I think you'll be able to find everything you need on AylaBrown.com.
Okay. And if I want like a cool Ayla Brown t-shirt so I can be a true fanboy, I can...
Yes.
Okay.
You
I
can
love
find
t-shirts.
it there. Yes.
Okay, I can get one.
Sometimes I even do giveaways on my Facebook music page. So definitely follow me on that.
That's
because
pretty
I feel
lit.
like that's
Okay.
where I'm most interactive. So if you do hear me on this right now, definitely find me, send me a message or write on my wall, and the first person that does that, I'll send them something.
Ooh.
Bada bing.
Are you on it?
How
Are you on it,
about
Allie? I'm kidding.
I was going to be on it too. But wait a minute. I can't play.
So say if somebody's listening to the show and they have a burning question and I just don't ask that burning question, like what's the best way for somebody to contact you?
Well, if it's like a private question, you can send me a direct message. But if it's like a general question, like, "Hey, what's your favorite color? I'd love to know. I was listening to you on this show, and we didn't talk about it." Then yeah, just put something on my wall or send me a message and say that you heard me through here.
And what's your favorite network? Is it going to be Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or what?
It depends on the demographic. I feel like some of the younger audiences are doing like the Instagram thing, but my older kind of people who've been with me forever are on my Facebook page.
That would be me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of like
Yeah.
both, depending on my mood. But those are my two favorites, Instagram and Facebook.
Okay, so here we go. This is Label, Ayla Brown, right here on the Chris Top program.
Yeah, if you're asking, I can be cool with taking it slow and doing this dance for a couple more circles. Round and round we go. I dare you to find out what you've been missing. You like the chase, but I like the kissing. You will be kicking yourself for a minute if you close this door. Let's put a label on it. You know you want it's the least that we could do. If you're not up for it and just ignore it, I might just be out too. I'm not talking matching rings for a left hand, getting some crazy tattoos. Let's put a label on me and you. It's either gonna scare you or make you. Which one is it? You all in, running, or just reminiscing? I'm sitting on a say when to fall right out of your mouth. Yeah. Let's put a label on it. You know you want it's the least that we could do. If you're not up for it and just ignore it, I might just be out too. I'm not talking matching rings for a left hand or getting some crazy tattoos. Let's put a label on me and I want you. Don't you want it too? Let's put a
right, if you just tuned in, that's Miss Ayla Brown, Label, and you heard it right here on the show. And we would love to get some questions, comments, anything like that. You can go to thechris.program.com and you can participate in the show.
Thechris.program.com.
Become voices into our head. And if you don't know what I'm talking about when I talk about the chat, you're probably listening to an archive show on Spreaker, Player FM, iHeartRadio, one of those places. Feel free to join us live sometime. You can shoot us an email or you can contact us on Facebook, and we can try to answer your questions that way.
I have to apologize to the audience because
what did you do now?
This whole time, Maggie did it. This whole time she's been backing her butt up into the microphone.
She's a nuisance.
She bit me slamming into the microphone.
She's such a nuisance.
If that picked up, then I'm sorry.
But Label is to me, Ayla Brown is just a badass. When I hear songs like that and then I hear about stuff that she's done, she's just a badass. I feel like I would be a little intimidated. You're going to get it?
Yes.
Okay.
Sounds lit.
Okay, you should.
Oh, thank you.
Now,
every download matters.
It does. It does.
It really does.
So let me ask you this, Allie, real quick. So if I wanted to get a copy of Label for myself, I've got the equipment just to go to YouTube and rip it off. Is that cool or what?
No, it's not cool.
Okay, well, what should I do then?
You should actually buy the song.
I mean, it's free if I do that.
Yeah, it's free for you,
right.
But the artist pours their heart and their soul into it. And
gotcha.
if you go and you take that, you're taking a dream away from somebody. So don't do that, you fool.
Okay.
If you do that, if I find out that you did that,
yep.
I will hunt you down!
Oh, my gosh. That's terrible. I won't do it then.
You should be
absolutely
terrifying. Right now. Everybody listening to this should be terrified right now.
I am. I'm looking at there's blood vessels
buy
popping
the
out in your
music
head.
or else.
Okay. So that's just our PSA for the music.
Yeah. Well, everyone has turned it off now. They're so scared of you.
They should be.
Okay, so I got some exciting news while the song was playing, and can we go ahead and talk about this now?
I know, this is really big stuff, you guys. I haven't told many people because I've been trying to hold off.
This is huge
on it and get all my PR behind it and the pictures and the whole PR campaign.
Sure.
But I think we should spill the beans.
Wait, is Core PR going to be mad at me?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Spill the beans. Spill the beans.
Okay, so
you want me to or you to?
Why don't you go ahead and do it? Because
this is all you.
This is big news.
Okay, so I found out about a week and a half ago. I had pitched myself to the Olympic Committee to sing some national anthems over in South Korea. And they got back to me and they're like, we would love to have you sing at the Olympics. So I'm going to be going over to South Korea in February. On February 13th, I'm going to be flying over there and singing for 2 as of right now, but hopefully more, 2 hockey games, 1 women's hockey and 1 men's hockey for Team USA.
I'm going to tune in just to watch you sing.
Stoked.
I'm going to tune in just to watch
That's
that.
Gonna be so
great.
And
if they don't televise it, which I doubt they will, I mean, think about all the games. They're probably not
Sure.
going to televise it. However, I will make sure that I get a video of that and post it everywhere possible because it's a really big once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Well, when that video hits, I'm going to be sharing it and telling people to watch it.
Okay,
see,
deal.
I can brag because I can be like, yeah, I know her.
Yeah, I know her.
Yeah.
How cool is it, though? You get to go, all the way over there. That's
I know. I'm just blown away.
That's scary and exciting at the same time.
yeah, that too. My mom called me yesterday. She's like, hey, I wanted to talk to you about the Olympics. I'm like, okay, what is my mom about to say right now? She goes, so the president just took a bunch of military out of South Korea. And so if that's going to be any indication of what's going to happen in February, I'm like, Mom, I don't want to hear it. She's like, I know. And I know you're going to still do your thing because that's how we raised you. But I just wanted you to be aware of that. I'm like, yeah, I'm still going to go.
Well, right. Just have your dad pull some strings. Just have him call it Donald.
Yeah, there we go. Exactly.
Yo, Donald,
listen, bro.
What up?
Yeah,
my daughter's going to be there, man. Come on.
Extra security. Please make that happen. Okay. Yeah, we'll see what that.
Now, I was just thinking about this when you brought it up, and I've got to ask you: is it going to be a little bittersweet for you going there to sing and not actually play basketball?
Oh, that's a good question. I respect all sports. If I got the opportunity to see a basketball game over there, that would just be such a complete moment for me. But right now it's just hockey, which I never grew up playing hockey, so I'm not going to feel that like jealousy or that pull to be like.
There might be some basketball games going on while you're there.
I hope so. So yeah, it's the rinks are really far away from Seoul, which is where most of the other games are happening.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to be an interesting couple weeks that I'm there. It's going to be a lot of exploring and probably a lot of confusion, and hopefully I'll just get around safely and things will be okay.
You could probably sneak in with the basketball Olympic team.
I probably could.
Yeah, they wouldn't know.
I know.
You could probably get away
I
with it.
have no idea.
Just sing your anthem real quick and then go sneak in. And then that way you can like mark a couple things off your bucket list.
Oh, my gosh. Could you imagine? That'd be great.
I'm sure that, it won't be that. But you could get away with it.
Yeah, but then
security's no big deal.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Somebody would find out, and then they would use the show as evidence.
Probably. Okay, so as far as like where you're going to be singing, where most of us can go and see you, like how do I find a schedule for that?
You can definitely find it on my Facebook page in the events section, but you can also go to my website, aylabrown.com, and I do have some Nashville shows coming up, which I'm really excited about. And then, like I said, in February, I'm going to be heading over to Korea and doing the Olympics. And from there, my mom and dad, they actually live in New Zealand right now. And so I'm going from Korea to New Zealand. So you never know. Maybe I'll have like an international New Zealand performance for the first time.
You're going to have fans
be amazing.
All over the world.
All over the world, literally. So, but you can catch me while I'm in town over the next couple months. December, doing something at the Sutler on Friday, and then we're going to be back at the Sutler in January. So I hope to see people there.
We definitely need to come see you then. Like if we show up, could you be like, hey, this is for you, Chris?
Yeah, and like dedicate a song to you?
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, of course.
Then it would make him feel cooler about it.
Then I could bring friends with me and like, oh, I didn't know she was going to do that. I mean, that stuff happens to me all the time.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure it does.
He's trying to make himself sound
I got to get cool points somehow.
Yeah,
when I do that stuff. I mean, don't judge me.
I'm so judging you.
Don't do it.
Hardcore.
Okay, so we know how to find your schedule. We know how to find your music, the cool T-shirts, how to get in touch with you if we have questions, that kind of stuff. And I love the fact that you're so down to earth, and I guess that probably comes from living in Nashville too. So it shouldn't shock me, I guess.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, I'm just a normal person. Yeah. But thank you.
Yeah, but I love that though, because I mean, I think there's probably a good connection with your fans.
I like to think so, yeah. I mean, unless they cross the line and then it gets weird, and then I'm like, okay, don't ever talk to me again.
Yes.
And then the Massachusetts Boston girl comes out, and I either just don't even respond, or I'm just like, that was really inappropriate,
right.
But, generally speaking, yeah, I love my fans. I'd be nothing without them. And a lot of those fans reside in the northeast part of the United States, which is, kind of where I hail from. I hail from Massachusetts. But my goal is to expand that fan base and to find other people who maybe enjoy my story and they want to connect with my music or my shows. And so that's kind of the goal, is to right now, yes, spread it from Massachusetts, but also this nucleus in Tennessee, and, go elsewhere with my music.
Sure. I'm excited to see how far you go and where you go, because we're going to follow you now for sure.
Oh, thank you.
This is going to be fun. I love this stuff. I love getting to know the artist and then just seeing how far you take it. It's going to be interesting.
Me too.
It's a journey.
It's very gratifying to have support from people like you too. So thank you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so now we've got "Spend Christmas with You." Tell me about this song.
Oh, this is a solo write, you guys. One that I wrote by myself, and I'm really proud of it. I wrote it at my kitchen table, and I don't know. I just thought it was so catchy that I had to record it. So what you hear is what you get. I hope it gets stuck in your head for the rest of the holiday season.
Absolutely. We love Christmas music. And feel free, anytime you write it doesn't have to be a Christmas song, but any song, if you want to send it to us like first to maybe get some input or something.
Yeah, there you go.
You can do
some
that.
Input before I spend the money to record it. That would be helpful.
Yeah, or maybe even if you do go ahead and record it, just send it to us just early, just so we can hear it. I mean, I won't tell anybody. I won't tell anybody. You don't have to tell anybody at Core PR that you're doing it either. It's fine.
Okay, deal.
Just be between us. Okay, so this is "Spend Christmas with You," Ayla Brown on the Chris Top program.
Christmas tree. But this time it's not just me, 'cause you're helping to put the presents in their special place. Hang the stockings on the fireplace. Put a smile on my face. I'm melting. And this Christmas, all I wanna do is to be with you. Make my wish come true. All I wanna do is to be with you. All I wanna do is snuggle up by the fireside. Make you kiss me in the candlelight. Wait for Santa up all night. I promise that he will jingle when he finds us here on a sled with his reindeer, as we wait for him in our pajamas. This Christmas, all I wanna do is to be with you. Make my wish come true. All I wanna do is to be with you. Is to be with you. All I wanna do is to be with you. Make my wish come true. All I wanna do is to be with you. Make my wish come true. All I wanna do is to be with you. Make my wish come true. All I wanna do is to be with you. Is to be with you. Every year on Christmas Eve, I decorate my Christmas tree. But this time it's not just me, 'cause you're helping.
Is that not a fun Christmas song to listen to?
That is. I love it.
I could listen to that like 20 times in a row. Like back to back to back to back to back.
Yes.
Yeah, and
That
I can't.
was so cool.
I can't wait to add it to our Christmas playlist, because we have this Christmas playlist of independent artists, and definitely all of your songs are going in there.
Yes.
So much fun. So much fun.
It was lit.
Thank you.
It
Thank you.
is.
Thank you.
It is.
You guys are the best. Seriously.
Oh,
I appreciate it.
shucks.
Well, we're just telling you the truth. It's easy though, because you wouldn't be on the show if you weren't talented. So
Okay.
so
awesome to hear. Thank you.
It makes it easy to give you compliments and stuff.
We don't have fools on here.
right. Okay, so and there's other Christmas songs, Allie, too, that I want you to hear after the show that
Yes.
that
More
she's done.
Christmas songs.
Her Silent Night. Her Silent Night is so good.
I love Silent Night.
So good. And I'm teasing it. I don't want to play it on the show because I want people to go buy it. Now, if I wanted a physical copy, do you have any physical copies out there that you can autograph?
Not of the Christmas music, but I do have 3 albums that you can definitely do that with. The most recent full-length one is called Let Love In, and that has 13 songs on it. The one before that is a patriotic record called Heroes and Hometowns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah!
And woohoo!
God and Liberty!
You're so funny. And then the third one is my self-titled record just called Ayla Brown. So all 3 of those you can get on my website, aylabrown.com. And I actually sign them. I send them off personally. So it's kind of the best feeling in the world, honestly.
I love that.
When a merchandise order comes in, I'm like, ooh,
Sure.
nice. Where are these people from? How did they hear about me? You know, it's all so different. So
we can get the hard copies that way, or do you take them to your shows as well?
I do take them to my shows, yes. So you can get them at my shows, but if you are unable to make one of those, you can get them online. Yeah.
Okay. And what do they run like for an album?
I believe it's like $10, but then shipping and handling. So it ends up
Gotcha.
being like $14 or
Gotcha.
so.
Not
I
bad
mean,
at
nothing
all.
crazy.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
All right, that's exciting stuff. So if you could have any superhero power, Ayla, what would it be?
So my boyfriend and I were talking about that, and I asked him that the other day, and I don't remember what he said, but I like one that my dad came up with, and it's to be able to understand and speak any language in the world, which I think is pretty cool. Like when he said that, when my dad said that, I was like, wow, that's so unique. I've never heard that
It makes
before.
sense that he would say that too.
I know. So it's like, if I were stranded, let's just say somewhere in South Korea this upcoming year.
It'd really be nice to have that power now. Yeah.
To just be able to understand and like interpret everything that's going on. So I think that would be mine too. I think it's a great one.
I like to think of things from a social aspect too. Imagine how cool you would be at parties if you could do that.
Speak all these languages.
Yeah.
And nobody would really know what you were talking about. But
I mean, that would provide a lot of good possibilities, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
what would yours be?
Oh, what would mine be?
She went right back.
Okay.
Yeah.
People don't usually ask me this, but I have one ready to go because it would be more of a I would like to have like a shrinking ray.
Okay.
You're like, okay.
For different reasons. Okay, picture
what
this.
What are those reasons?
Picture this. I hate taking the garbage out. I hate it. So what if I just shrunk my garbage and then put like the little garbage back into my garbage?
That's funny.
Yeah, and then
we could shrink so many junkyards. Like there would be a lot less
it never
trash.
ends. For my convenience, I would never have to take it out again. And secondly, no landfills. So that would be
it kind of
done.
reminds me of that new movie that I see coming out with Matt Damon called Downsizing.
Yes.
Have you seen the
I've
previews
seen the
for
previews
it?
for that. Yes.
Yeah, so I wonder if it'll be kind of the same thing.
Maybe. And then, but think about this too. Like, say if you decide to move, you don't have to hire movers or anything. You just shrink all your crap and put it in a shoebox and take it with you.
And now I'm thinking, like, if we can shrink
That's
all
so
this
great.
trash, then like the water's going to be cleaner because there's not going to be all this trash.
That would be like the best superpower
Wow.
ever.
Like that's great because I
good
really hate it
one.
when people litter, and so like this would be
Yeah,
great.
yeah. So that would be mine. That would be
Okay,
mine.
guys, I see what you're throwing at me right now. I like it.
Yeah, but the language thing, I don't know. That's pretty cool too.
That is really cool.
It's really cool. Okay. So now if you had 5 minutes to sit down, Ayla, with anybody, this could be anybody throughout history, anybody living or dead, doesn't matter, who would it be?
I know this is going to be such a corny answer, but she is my ultimate all-time idol. And I've always said, like, if I met her or got to sing with her, I don't even know what I would do. But that person for me would be Celine Dion because she's the reason why I just love music and I love singing.
I love Celine Dion.
Yeah, so if I were to just like pick her brain about what her daily regimen is, like, does she work out? Does she... Like, what does she do to take care of that amazing voice? How did she get started? All that stuff. Like, I would just love to.
When I
pick her
think of
brain.
amazing voices, I always think of her, and then like Whitney Houston are like always in my top 3 or 4.
Yes, so good.
Yeah.
I've always heard that Celine Dion doesn't talk when she's not performing. I'm sure that's just a rumor, but I heard that.
Hey,
she
you
doesn't talk
never
very
know.
much
If
to
I had
preserve
5
her
minutes,
voice.
I would ask her that for you.
Dude, she gets into it. I bet she's got bruises all over her chest because you ever seen her sing? She beats her chest.
Yes, she does.
Yeah, I'm
I
like,
got to
dude.
see her.
I love
Rob
that
took me
passion.
to see her a couple months ago in Las Vegas, and I cried every freaking song. I mean, I'm not even lying. I'm talking tears down the face, and I couldn't stop crying. And when I thought about it, I'm like, why am I being such a baby? I'm like, oh wait, she's the reason why I love what I do right now. Like, to me, seeing her do what she loves makes me understand why I'm like sometimes struggling, to make this my career and my passion. It's because like people like her kind of paved the way for me. So it was, I would think that would be my person.
All right. Well, look, if you didn't get anything else out of the interview today, we are just as big a fan of you as we are Celine Dion or anybody else.
Thank you.
This is the truth.
You're just amazing. I love your attitude. I love your just everything about you. It's just you're fun to listen to too, and I love the Christmas music.
Well, I hope that you guys come to a show sometime in either Nashville or beyond.
Or
if
Korea,
you're ever
or
traveling.
South Korea, wherever.
Let's go to South
Yeah.
Korea.
Wherever you happen to be at the time. AylaBrown.com. Make sure you check it out. Buy some music. Watch the videos. Buy a T-shirt. Whatever. Make sure you support Ayla and her quest For greatness.
For greatness.
Yeah, absolutely. Now,
Thank you.
before we go anywhere, I've got one more question we're going to kind of end the show with.
Okay.
So you finish up one night and you're performing at the Grand Ole Opry. You finish up, and a little girl comes up to you and says, "Ayla, I saw you on American Idol, and I've watched your career, and I love you. You're such an inspiration, and I really want to sing." What kind of advice would you give to her?
I literally would tell her, okay, next time I'm in town, learn one of my songs, and I'm going to bring you up on stage and sing with me.
See?
Because like that, to me, I do it all the time, like to kids, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I have them come up on stage and dance with me to my songs, and I always give the mic to someone. I'm like, who in the audience has a dream of being on the stage and singing? And like every kid will raise their hand, you know, but I'll call one out and be like, all right, come on up. The band is ready for you.
I've got to come to one of your shows.
Some of them actually like freeze up like
Sure.
crazy, and they don't do anything. And so then I have to deal with that. Or they do, and it's like, oh my gosh, this kid has had their moment, and how long have they been waiting for a dream like that for an artist to call them up on stage? I just wish someone
dude.
did that when I was
just want
a
to
kid,
hug you.
so.
That's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard on the show.
Oh, stop. Really?
Just don't ever call me up there, though, because I would be mortified.
Okay, I promise I won't.
Please
I'm much
don't.
better.
He's
I'm much
not
better.
A very good singer.
I'm much better in my boxer shorts at home doing this than I would be.
There you go.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for taking the time and jumping on the show with us and letting us get to know you a little bit and embarrassing you a little bit. It's been fun.
Yeah, it's been a
real.
really great time for me, too.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, look, and anytime anything exciting happens, any cool other dates come up, like South Korea or new releases, let us know, and we'll at least talk about it, or we'll get you back on the show or something.
You got it. Thank you, guys. Have a great rest of the day.
Well, you too. Thank you guys so much. Now, is it my turn or is it your turn?
I think it might be your turn.
Okay. Thank you so much for listening. I promise you we do not take you for granted. We will never, ever take you for granted, because I know there are a million other things you could be doing, but guess what? You chose to listen to us. Makes us feel pretty darn good. So until we broadcast again, please remember, life is good, and we're gone.
Maybe a dark things might be looking grim. I guess it's time for an acronym.
2